All right, here we are. This is Totally Uncensored. I'm Mike Robles, and today I'm proud to have a guest who I've been dying to have on. I'm talking about Jerry Garcia. Not to be confused with Jerry Garcia from the Grateful Dead. I'm talking about comedian Jerry Garcia,
Right.
who has been blowing it up in the comedy scene, not only the Latino comedy scene, but you're going nationwide now. So I need to talk to you, Jerry. First of all, welcome to the show, Totally Uncensored.
That's
And
What's
let
up?
me ask you, first of all, you're out in LA, right?
Yes, sir. Born and raised out here in Huntington Park, California, Los Angeles.
All right. So we know the comedy scene pretty much is like starting to open up now.
Little by little, right now in April, just barely in April 1st, we started to open up things, man.
Right. So how did you handle this whole pandemic while comedy was like not happening everywhere?
Yeah, man, it was tough at first. First of all, you're in a little bit of denial, right? You think that any month now, any day now, any week now, and then that never comes.
Right.
So you start looking around to where else, who is open, and I started looking into places like Texas, San Antonio and Dallas and Houston. You guys were savages out there, man, just living your best life out there every day, and inviting Corona everywhere. And
that's right. That's Texas for you, bro. We are inviting it. Everything is open now. You can go to a baseball game like the Texas Rangers. The other night had 42,000 people.
Yeah, I know. Sold out, 100% capacity. But that's what I started to look into. I started looking into Texas, Arizona, and just starting to stay busy. I submitted to Zoom shows. I had to, and other than that, just writing, man, and taking time for myself and for my kids, and just being the dad I never was before.
Right now, I noticed you mentioned kids, right? I had no idea that. First of all, I thought you had just one kid, but you have 3 kids and you're a single dad, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So what? Tell me a little bit about that. How you became a single dad and with 3 kids.
3 kids, 2 babies, mamas, man. I was married for a while, and that didn't work out. And then I had to restart the game. And before I knew it, I had a 3rd one pop out of nowhere. And back to square one, baby. Back to square one. Just like Johnny Appleseed over here, baby.
Right. Now, I noticed also to keep busy with the pandemic, you went ahead, which a lot of comics did, which was smart to do. You went ahead and started doing some comedy skits, like on TikTok and on Facebook. And I caught a couple of them, and they're hilarious.
Thank you.
One of them was about, and people, if you haven't seen it, check out Jerry's TikTok. I don't know what the name of the skit is, but you're eating a bean.
Oh yeah. That's the stimulus packet, man.
Okay, yeah. I'm not gonna give away the ending, but that was hilarious.
Yeah, waiting for that stimmy. Yeah, waiting for that stimmy to show up, man. And I was down to my last bean, one bean.
But don't give away the ending. Don't give away the ending. But it was hilarious. And then another skit you did was actually with 3 kids now. You can tell people, what does that mean if you're a single dad and you have 3 kids as far as receiving a check?
Oh man! Oh yeah. I get to gamble it all away, baby. Get to double it up if I can with the Lakers over here. Put all my stimmy on my Lakers, man, and hopefully triple that up.
Right, but you also talk about, because you have 3 kids now, do the multiplier for me. Not only do you get a check, but you get a check for
1,400 times 3. Yeah, that's it's close to $3,000 right there, baby. I don't know, my math is not great.
So your kids are paying off. I mean, you're getting a lot of money for these 3 extra kids, right?
Finally, right? I rolled the dice and I finally hit a hard 8 and it landed.
Right, there you go. And how's the question? Like your baby's mom, you said there's 2 around, right? Are they still around?
Yeah, there's 2 around.
So how did you get away with they're not getting the money? How did you get the money?
We worked out a deal. I've been a stay-at-home dad. I've been a stay-at-home dad for over a year, since March, man. I've been home with the kids, man. I learned how to cook. I learned how to clean. I learned how to wash. I'm becoming the housewife I always wanted, Mike.
And all by yourself, right? It's not even it's not like Mr. Mom and you have a lady coming home, right? It's just
no. It was all me, man. I'm like Beyonce, man. I don't need no man. That's it. I'm a single, independent.
But I'm sure you got a date, right? Are you in a relationship or anything?
Yeah. No, I do what I can. I do what I can.
I mean, do you introduce your kids to any relationships, or you just don't bother with that?
I don't want to scare them away, so I rarely do that. And but they're here right now. All my kids are here watching, man. So
Oh yeah, how old are they?
Here's one right here, right?
Oh my God,
Here's one right there. I got a 14, 13, and 6. So
wow.
I'm almost out, baby. I'm almost out the game.
Now I don't know. I'm not gonna ask you how old you are, but you know, we look at you, man. You got. I'm sure you've been told you look like you have this baby face, and you look maybe like you're in your late 20s. Let's say.
I'm 41 years old, Mike. 41 years old, brother.
Really? No one would have. I would have never guessed that, man.
41, dog. Yeah, man.
Really? Does anyone else know that, or?
I try not to say it out loud too much, but you know what? I start to. People are always like, 40 is a new 30. No, 40 is 40. Right. 40 hurts.
That's true. That's 40
true. Hurts. You know,
well, now you're in the game, like I said, man. Opening up, I said you're blowing up. I mean, I took notice of you, and I got to see you perform live when we did the K Locos anniversary show at the Ice House.
It was an honor, man. It was definitely.
And that was right before the pandemic. I think that was one of the last shows, February 2020.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We did that with Paul Rodriguez, man, and I was so happy to have you because it's like you, for me, is like that next generation after K Locos, you know, coming up.
Thank you, brother. Well, I mean, you guys paved the way, man. I grew up watching K Locos, man. I grew up watching K Locos, all that good stuff, man. And Funny is Funny and all that Latin Comedy Jam and Locos, Locos Pero Locos, everything, man. And that's what made me who I am now. That's what inspired me to be who I was, man. I was 12 years old, 13, 14, early teens, late teens, watching that stuff, man. And that's what inspired me to do it, man.
Damn, I'm getting old, man. So what comedians growing? I mean, watching comedy, what comedians inspired you? Do you have any that inspired you or like said, you know what, to get into the comedy game?
It had to be George Lopez for me, man. George Lopez is the one that honestly, when I saw him perform, man, I said, damn, man, I have to be that. I have to strive for that, man. I just watching that. He connected on every level in my household, my family, how we speak, how we talk, who we are. He's the one that made me believe that we can just be ourselves on stage. We can be who we are on stage. And at the time, man, I was like, dude, this is it right here. That's who I want to be. That guy right there.
Now, have you worked with George or spoken to George or anything like that?
No, never. He did send me a congratulations message through Instagram when the HBO special came out, and he said it was congratulations and stuff like that. But no, I've never worked with him, man. I hope so one day.
Oh man, well maybe send him a link of this podcast when we're done with it.
Yeah,
let him know, man. You know, we got to get you on the bill with him somewhere. You know,
I love to, man.
So let's talk about your work now. I noticed. Tell everybody about your specials. I know you have one on Netflix. That was your first one, right?
Yeah, it's my first 30-minute special. It's on HBO Max. It's on HBO Max right now. It's called It's Not My Weekend, and I'll break down everything there is to do about being a single parent on stage. And I love it, man. I worked on that material for about 3 years as I was with my kids, raising my kids, doing it on my own, and I got to put it all on stage, and it was a great experience to do so. But before that, I was on Netflix with Chingo Bling. I did a special with Chingo Bling. It's not on Netflix anymore. The contract just ended.
Okay.
But that really helped me out to get my name out there. Because of that special, I was able to tour and get my name out there. A lot of people started recognizing me and following me more. And thanks to that Netflix special, I was able to get my own HBO 30-minute special with Entre Nos. And the rest has been great. Other than the hiccup in 2020 when everything stopped, you know, I was doing really I was riding that wave, man, and getting to meet people like yourself, Mike, and working with Paul Rodriguez and working with the Steve Treviños of the world and all these people. It's been great, man. It's been great. And of course, me headlining myself now and me being able to bring on new comics and young comics to open for me now. So it's just passing it on, baby. Just passing it on.
Right. And that's important too when you surround yourself with comics like that, because there's so much knowledge you get from them, not just from talking to them, but watching them. Because I used to do the same thing. I used to watch, you know, those names like Paul Rodriguez is one who I used to watch when I started, you know, how they worked and just trying to pick their brains. So, you know, you take you know, to learn from that. But I think this day and age, maybe you can help me out with this. Because I've been doing it like 25 years plus, right? But this younger generation, I'm not saying you, but let's say those are out there 3, 4, 5, 6 years now. They have this, like they want to get, you know, known or famous like quick. You know what I'm saying? There's no patience. But they forget the hard work that you got to put in with open mics and rejection and all that. Like, what can you talk about as far as your struggle when you started and how you got to where you are right now as far as, you know, your specials and becoming, you know, successful at this level now?
Yeah, well, first of all, the struggle was real. Obviously, here in LA, there's a lot of opportunity in LA, but there's also so many. It's saturated too. It's saturated, dog. So you're just a little fish in a huge pond, man. So for me, it was all about just working, studying, and grinding it out on every mic, man. And just being an observant, a student of the game for a long time, man. Honestly, I wasn't looking to get famous within my first 5 years. I just wanted to get good at comedy. I wanted to be a good comedian before I got my break, man. So I was able to do that. People like Rudy Moreno helped me out a lot. Jeff Garcia helped me out a lot. These are people who would give me stage time and let me open for them and do 5 minutes. But other than that, I was hitting the bars every night, hitting shows, every open mic I can find. And there was, I've been doing this 12 years. So about 2009, I started in 2009. Social media was not where it was yet. It was just all about Facebook back then, dog. So for me, it was still like a little old school where I still had to get on that stage every day and not worry about being famous yet, man. Right now, because of social media, everybody wants to be famous like that with one video. You want to go viral and that's it. But then they go viral, they get on stage and they have no substance. They have nothing to talk about, dog. And that's what I always want. I wanted to talk about real stuff. I want to cross over. I don't want to just make Latinos laugh. I want to make everybody laugh. Everybody, man. So, and that was my point. My point was, how can I reach everybody with my material? And that's what I started working on the most, man. And we're talking about real life stuff, being a single parent, having kids, and
that's something everybody can relate to.
Everybody, no matter what.
Right. Now, do you have a preference in audiences, or do you notice your audiences are diversified, or how's your audience work out?
My preference would be a diversified audience. I would, diversify. But obviously, I have the most fun, obviously, performing in front of Latinos. Of course, my people, I can relate. I could be a little bit more myself and talk a little Spanglish. I love speaking Spanish a lot, so that's where I had the most fun. But I really enjoy making all cultures laugh, man. All races and all ethnicities laugh. I really get a kick out of that, man. I've done all black rooms and all white rooms and all that stuff, and I've done gay rooms, everything, dude. And I just enjoy making people laugh, no matter where they're from.
Right, that's the beauty of doing comedy, that we can make everybody laugh, and that's why it's good that you have diversified audiences, because it shows that you can go across the board, and it helps also when it comes to getting booked or getting specials, that you have a diversified audience. Yes. Versus just one niche. So what would you say was like, one of your, I guess, most embarrassing moments on stage?
I've had many. I've had many. I brag about having fun at these in other rooms, man. I've also struggled in those same rooms, man. You know what I mean? That sometimes they don't get me. I don't come across. I have a pretty thick Latin accent, so people kind of sometimes shut me down and shut me off. And it's hard to get through sometimes, and it equals to bombing sometimes, man. When I'm just not getting the laughs, I'm not getting the attention, and I've hurt on stage too, man. I've hurt a lot on stage, man. Early in my years. Now I'm able to navigate and get through it no matter where I'm at. But in the beginning, it was tough getting through some of these crowds, bar shows. Performing in front of 12 very drunk people could be a nightmare. And I've had to do that many times, man. And I appreciate it now. I look back and I appreciate those days, but I don't want to go back to that again.
Right. But that's part of the struggle. That's part of, getting like the thick skin, and, because not every audience, you don't want to be, how would you say, get used to just having a packed house and they're laughing all the time audience. You want those struggles. So when you meet that room that's not flowing with you, you know how to react to it. It's like a pilot taking off. You got to learn how to fly in turbulence, because it's not always going to be sunny skies.
Yeah, smooth skies, never, dog. Yeah, it's not going to be like that, man. Jeff was like that with me, man. Jeff was one of the first people who took me on the road, and he would also take me to like bar shows and grimy rooms, and he would go up there like an hour and just kill, and then he would ask me to go up after him. Oh, God, people are done and over it and are walking out, and I'm up there doing my 6-7 minutes, man. And you didn't let me get off early, man. I try to get off early. I'll be like, okay, guys, so I think that's it for me. Be like, nope, keep going. Nope, you still got 4 minutes. Keep it going. And that built a real muscle in me where now I'm not afraid to perform anywhere, anytime.
Right. Or one of the worst is where they have like the football games on TV.
Oh my God. Yeah, with the game on.
And they have it on mute, especially if the Raiders are playing.
Monday night football, Thursday night football. Oh my God! And at a bar, at a sports bar, performing. Oh, you don't see angry. until you ask people to turn off the TV. Oh yeah, you better bring it. If you're turning off the Raider game, you better bring it.
That's what it's all about. But now you're doing your thing. So you got your special out. You got TikTok videos, which people got to check out, man. I mean, they're really, really funny, man. So I hope you keep doing them even after the pandemic. You know,
the TikTok videos that people are enjoying right now. I haven't done one in a while, but I gotta start doing again. Is the car vent where I'm supposedly talking to my baby's mama when I'm picking up the kids. Obviously, I'm talking to myself, but I'm pretending I'm talking to her, and people really get a kick out of those, man. So check me out on TikTok, comedian Jerry G, on TikTok, comedian Jerry Garcia, anywhere you'll find me, comedian Jerry G.
Right. So then you're doing that. You got your stand-up happening. You're probably starting to get booked again now that everything's opening up. You got your videos going on. Now I hear that you have a movie that you just filmed.
Just shot a movie, man. It's called Horchata with Oat Milk. It's like it's a gentrification.
No, I want to get the title right. Horchata.
Horchata?
That's the title, right?
Yeah. With oat milk. You know what oat milk is, Mike?
Oat milk, yeah. It's like, is it cow milk or something?
Oat milk is like healthy milk, dog. I didn't know what oat milk was, dog. I just know it's expensive and you buy it like at Trader Joe's. Right? So basically, it's bringing new school with old school, blend it, fusion it in together, hybrid. Horchata, a traditional Mexican drink, and you add oat milk to it and you mash that. That's just that's the title, but it's really cool. It's a comedy based here in Echo Park. It's a gentrification movie, man. It's an old school cholo trying to figure out the new school here ways of the streets now, and it's a lot of laughs, man. I co-wrote it. I helped write it. And,
really? Cool.
Yeah, and I star in it. So it's right now we just finished filming it, and so right now it's in editing, post-production is what they call it. Right. And we'll see what happens from there. We hopefully it gets shopped around and it comes out either to a theater near you or a Netflix or a Hulu somewhere.
Well, that's great. Now, let me ask you, because for these people who are watching, because there's a lot of people also that are, producers, where they want to do movies like what you're doing. They're not comedians, but they want to do comedy films and stuff. So tell me, how did you get this? I mean, you co-wrote it, but how did you get this done? Because it's very rare that now, especially for a Latino film, where you can actually get it started and get it for post-production. And now you're shopping it around, which is pretty cool, because I'm sure you're going to get somebody, to bite on it. But how did that all come about where you were able to do it? I mean, especially with everybody's complaint is like, we don't have the money, but how did you do it?
I got very lucky, man. I got very lucky because of my HBO special. The producers of this movie found me. They saw my special and they hit me up, and they just they messaged me. They emailed me like, "Yo, man, we have this movie that we've been working on." I came aboard as a guy who wants to. They just needed somebody to help punch it up, make it funnier, write some funny scenes for the movie. They're like, "Yo, man, we got this cool project. We got the script. It just needs more spice. It needs more laughs, and it's a comedy. It needs more laughs. And can you help us come in there and check it out?" I met with them. Great people out of here from North Hollywood, Latinos, just Latinos doing great things, man. And they got the money. They're music producers. They do music videos. They do all kinds of stuff. And now they want to move into movie making and filmmaking. And so they hit me up and asked me if I was down to come in there, check out the script and look at the script and make it better and write a few scenes. I started doing that. Before I know it, man, they're like, "Hey, man, we think you could be one of the main stars of this movie." And it just progressed from there. Nice. They had the budget. They had the funds. They have the connections. These are people who know people who have been grinding it out also through the music industry. They're basically music producers. They're called the Neighborhood Watch. And they're out here from North Hollywood, man, and they're doing big things. And they just got a bunch of people together, and they made this a reality, dude.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. So, when does this come out? Do you have a date, or you have any opening?
We're shooting for the fall right now. We're shooting for a fall release. Again, we don't know exactly where yet, but they're having meetings as we speak. And I'm man, trust me, man. I feel really good about this. I feel really good. It has like a Friday vibe to it, with Ice Cube and Chris Tucker. It has that kind of vibe, Latino.
Right.
It's a movie that takes place from morning to night, one day, and it's funny. It's cool.
Great. Great. Do a trailer, man. I'm curious. I'd love to see something, man.
Cool. Like I said, we just finished production, so right now it's in post production. So they're gonna have a trailer hopefully by June, as early as June.
Okay, cool. And then again, remind me. So your whole act, you said, is about family and relationships and stuff like that, right? You keep it.
Sorry.
There you go. It's probably one of the producers right now. Tell them about the trailer. So again, because today, with this whole political scene and stuff, and some comics do, some don't. I don't know if you do or you don't. They bring up politics, which kind of divides, if you know what I mean. Do you keep that out of your act as far as politics go?
Yeah, very much so, bro. Mike, I'm not the sharpest shank in the prison yard, bro. I don't follow that stuff. I don't concern myself with that, man. I live here in East LA, man, with my kids, with my family, bro, just enjoying life. And I don't get politically involved in no way, bro. Like unless it's affecting me directly. No, man. I stay away, especially on stage. There's no need for that on stage for me personally. I don't even have Trump jokes, bro. Like it's not even like that. I just talk about my family and my life, and that's it, man.
Well, you're a smart dude, man, for doing that because it creates a vision, man. I mean, that's good if I want to. I mean, there's a lot of stuff I could talk about. Yeah. And, I don't know how well you know me, but like I'm opinionated. There's a lot of shit I could talk about, but I just decided to like not do that.
But the thing, Mike, you're established already, man. I'm still coming up, bro. I'm still trying to absorb as many fans as possible, and I'm not trying to like isolate or alienate anybody, man. So I want to keep my lane. I want to focus on what I know I can do. I know what I can. And at the end of the day, Mike, is that I don't know much about the CNNs and the Fox News. I don't know much about that stuff, dog. So I'm not gonna talk about stuff that I don't know.
All right. Well, then I would have to ask you then, what is it that you do watch? Especially that you got 3 boys. What is your go-to TV shows?
Oh, man! Come on, dude. Kids. Well, I got older kids now, man. So I'm able. We're not watching like Narcos with them, Breaking Bad. I watch. What else we watch? Schitt's Creek. Like I don't know. Dude, I'm getting older. I'm watching 90 Day Fiance nowadays. Like, I mean, that's how old I'm. So, huh? I watch The Office, of course. My kids are here. The Office. Yeah, man. I watch TV. I watch TV to escape. I watch TV to escape. I love watching movies. I got Disney Plus, bro. Like, I'm into the Disney Plus, though, the MCU and all that stuff. Right. Anything to bond with the kids and spend time with them, I'm all for that, dog. I'm all for that. I watch sports. I'm all about the Lakers, the Dodgers, and that. Yeah, that I can argue. We'll go toe to toe on that, man. But
the Dodgers.
You want me to talk shit about the Astros? I'll talk shit about the Astros all day, dog. But
with the drums, you still haven't forgotten about the Astros, huh?
Never forget, brother. Like 9/11. Never forget.
Are you gonna go to the game when they come to LA?
I hope so, man. Yeah, I'm working on that, man. Right now, like in LA, only 10,000 fans are allowed in the stadium. So, man, I'm one of the chosen. And so I'm putting in every favor I can. I'm trying to get there.
Well, let me tell you something, brother. It's been good talking to you, and you are definitely blowing up. And I feel good in the sense, like you said, I've been doing it for a long time and established whatever, but I feel good knowing that you are going to carry Latino comedy or just comedy, one of those Latinos, for many years to come. So comedy's in good hands, man.
That means a lot coming for you, Mike, man. I got an opportunity to work with Paul Rodriguez, and they made me an honorary Latin King of Comedy. I'm like the filling guy when somebody can't make it. When Alex Raimundo or Joy Medina or somebody can't make it, they have me fill in, and that's an honor in itself, man. Being an honorary Latin Kings of Comedy, dude, and it's trust me, man. I have nothing but respect for all you cats, man. I love to pick you guys' brains and just talk comedy and take it to the next level from here, man.
Right. And the fact that not only are you chosen, but the fact that, we could choose you, but you also have to be able to deliver.
Yeah.
Yeah. The fact that you can hold your ground and deliver and then some, one day I guess you'll have, the Paul Rodriguez or George kind of feature for you when you're headlining somewhere big. Why that? Hey, nothing's impossible, brother.
Nothing's impossible.
Tell everybody, is there anything you want to mention before we go that I haven't talked about?
Other than that, please watch the HBO Max. It's on HBO. I know there's Mexicans listening here. You guys don't have HBO Max, but listen. All right, listen. If you go to your boss's house, please take advantage. No. It's on HBO Max. It's streaming. I got to look up my name, Jerry Garcia. It's not my weekend. My kids come out in the intro and the outro, and it's all real love, man, real life stuff, and hopefully it connects, man, with everybody.
And how about your social media accounts? Where can they find you?
Everywhere. I'm mostly on Instagram and TikTok right now at comedian Jerry G. Of course, Facebook as well. Everybody's on Facebook. Even my mom is on Facebook. Everybody's on Facebook. And find me all that stuff, man. I do all the social medias, dog.
Well, there you go. You heard it, people. Don't forget, Jerry Garcia is the name. Check him out. You won't be disappointed. And man,
I got a podcast too on iTunes. It's called "It's Not My Weekend" podcast with Jerry Garcia. Check that out as well. It's on iTunes everywhere, Spotify,
on all the iTunes or all the podcast platforms.
Yeah, that's my special. My special. You can find me the album. You can find it on iTunes. The album, "It's On My Weekend." It's on iTunes, on Spotify. You can listen to it. You can download it. You can do all that shit on it.
And what do they put? Comedian Jerry Garcia G.
Yeah, just put comedian Jerry. I know there is a Jerry Garcia of Grateful Dead. Right. This Jerry Garcia, gratefully to be alive.
That's right, because if you Google it, you put Jerry Garcia, you get the Grateful Dead dude. But you Google Jerry Garcia comedian, and all your stuff comes up, man.
Yeah, you put Jerry Garcia, the Grateful Dead comes up, and like one picture, like on the third row, comes out.
They go, who's this? His little cousin, his brother? Who's this guy?
Hey, like, what the hell is this guy?
Oh God, man. Well, again, thank you, Jerry, brother. I appreciate you coming on Totally Uncensored with me, and keep doing what you're doing, bro. You're on the right track, man. So nothing but God blessings, and keep doing you, bro.
Much love, sir, to you, man. Feel better, man. We're with you all the way, man.
I appreciate that, bro.
Thank you, brother.
All right. Hopefully, I see you soon in LA, man.
Sure, make it happen. Make it happen. We're opening up at June 15th, so everything's gonna be open June 15th here in California. Things are slowing up, opening. There's a lot of outdoor shows and stuff that we're doing. But once all comedy clubs open around June, it's gonna be amazing. Hope you can make it out. We'll do Ice House again, baby.
Definitely. I'll give you a holler, bro. Thanks again, bro.
I will. Thank you, sir.
All right. See you.